Today, we're going to be talking about retirement. Yes, retiring and why and all the things that go along with it. Hello there, it's Hillary of Creative Faith & Co. and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing some Creative Faith updates with you, and I hope you will stick around to the end so you can hear everything happening, everything coming up, and I'm excited to just sit down and chat and share with you some things I have been working on and what God's been doing and stirring in me for Creative Faith & Co. So if you did not know, this year is actually our 10th anniversary. You can see I have my little logo shirt on, established in 2016. So really crazy, super exciting for 10 years. And there are just always so many highs and lows of running a business, running a ministry, and 10 years is a really long time. So as I have been just working and praying and seeing what God's been up to and where He wants to lead Creative Faith & Co. next, I have just a whole little list of things to share with you. I wrote it out in my digital planner that I've been using. And so I first want to start by talking about retiring and this big retirement thing that I am doing. And so if you're watching this video on the day it's released on Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026, I am doing a retirement sale on 45 printables in my Etsy shop. And today's the last day of the sale. They're all 50% off. Some of the printables are expiring and leaving the shop today, and then some in the next few weeks, and then some into August. So I put them all into a category in my Etsy shop, and I wanted to share a little bit about why I'm doing it. So if you didn't know, when you have an Etsy shop, that it actually costs to have printables and items in your Etsy shop, even if no one buys them. So every quarter, I get charged for having them listed on Etsy. And so last month, I got a charge from Etsy saying we charged the credit card on your account. And I was like, what? What does that even mean? And then I realized that because I have so many printables and items on my Etsy shop and I was not selling enough, that I didn't sell enough to even cover the cost of having the Etsy shop open. And so that was a good wake up call for me to really look at my shop. And so what I did was I combed through all of the printables that I've made. I have almost 300 items in my Etsy shop, which is so beautiful. Like, I love being able to create things, whether it's printables or journal charms or apparel or physical kits or journals. Like, I love creating things that help draw you and other women closer to the Lord. And so it was good though for me to pause and look at my shop and look at what printables, have never really sold well or had very minimal sales, or or that had just been sitting for a while. So now is your chance, your very last chance to get these 45 sets. They will be disappearing again, some of them after today, some of them in the next few weeks, and some in August. So they're all 50% off right now. And I did want to highlight a few of them, and I'll have the link in the description box below for you to check out that section in my Etsy shop. So if you haven't picked up any of these, now's the time. So the first one I want to mention is the Choose Joy Journal Kit. And that is a really sweet one that actually quite a few people bought in the past, but I'm going to retire it. And so that one has tons of prompts and verses and things about joy that you can read and study. So that's one I definitely wanted to highlight. I'm getting rid of a ton of planner printables. So I have like all these number printables that I used to use to number my planners and things like that. And so all of those are going away. So I definitely wanted to mention that. See if I can get back I'm looking at my computer down here so I can be reminded. I also have a lot of planner spread setup ideas, and they're in these cute little hand lettered things that I made. And so those are a really good set. I also was making these traveler's notebook pages. There's a purple one and a pink one. And so those are also disappearing. So you can pick those up. And then I have these really cute little girl images that I drew that are like pajama girls, winter girls, fall girls, summer girls. And so those are all going to be disappearing. And yeah, so definitely check out, oh, and all my Spanish printables are disappearing as well. So definitely check out all of those printables that are retiring. It will be your last chance to grab them before they disappear. And getting them 50% off for our kind of ending retirement sale for them is a really great time to stock up. So that is the first and biggest piece of information that I wanted to be sure to share with you today is about this retirement sale and Creative Faith's 10th anniversary. So I wanted to mention also and just kind of ask you, I want to celebrate somehow my 10th anniversary. So I've been kind of trying to brainstorm some different ideas on what to do and how to celebrate. So I definitely want to hear from you what any ideas that you have for celebrating like a party. I thought it would be kind of cool to like do some sort of look back on the past 10 years and share some of my favorite moments. I thought that might be kind of fun. I thought maybe doing like some sort of, I don't know, some sort of live party component would be kind of cool, whether that's like a YouTube live or Instagram live or a Zoom call where we could all be on together, maybe like some sort of like party favor bag to go along with it. I know, so that's kind of an element of things that I was trying to think about. So, anyways, if you have any ideas on how I should celebrate the Creative Faith 10th anniversary, my anniversary is in November. So, I have a few months to figure that out and plan it out. So, definitely drop any ideas in the comments below to help me out. But really excited to be celebrating 10 years of this business and ministry. All right, next up, I wanted to share and remind you about the Creative Faith Clubhouse. It's my email newsletter that I have been having so much fun sending out again. And so I did actually just like totally restart it from zero. I had a previous email list that maybe some of you got back in the day, and I stopped sending them. I have a whole video about it that I'll link down below if you want to watch and learn more. But I have been starting to send emails again, and it has been so much fun. And if you didn't know, email newsletters are actually kind of similar to social media in the fact that I'm engaging with them with replying to the email, commenting, clicking links, things like that. All of that with email newsletters helps get the email in front of more people, just like how, on YouTube, commenting, liking, on Instagram and Facebook, commenting, liking, engaging, sharing. All these things help the different pieces of content I create get in front of more eyes, and they are totally free to do. And so the same thing is with email newsletters. And so I did something super fun today where if you replied to the email, I did like a little guessing game. And if you replied to the email with the number I was thinking of, you would get a special surprise. And so that was really fun to do. So if you missed out on that, definitely sign up for the Creative Faith Clubhouse. It has this really cool like treehouse imagery, and it's like we're curled up in the treehouse together with our Bibles and journals and cups of cocoa talking about God. And so definitely sign up. I'm going to for sure do that little game again. It was so much fun. And so, anyways, wanted to make sure you knew about Creative Faith newsletters, and it's totally free to join as well. So definitely check out Creative Faith Clubhouse, and I'll have the link to that down below too. And I, again, got to send some fun free gifts to the people that replied today. So that is always a joy to be able to do that. All right, next up, I have a little shop update. I am working on a new physical kit and devotion book. So I am saying it for accountability for me, as well as to ask for your prayers as I work on the project. I have started working on writing the devotion part. And a couple years ago, I, in my Creative Faith Facebook group, did a big question where I was asking for feedback on what kind of kit themes and devotion book themes you were wanting. And I had kind of a similar theme pop up. So I did outline like a whole series surrounding that theme. And so I am working on the first devotion book in that and really excited about the content. And so I am, again, saying that here. So hopefully you will pray for me as I work on it and hold me accountable to finishing it, because I don't know, it's just sometimes kind of hard to bring projects over the finish line, but I know they are a blessing to those who purchase and dive into the content in God's Word. So that was the next thing I wanted to mention. And then next, I have been sort of teasing this a little bit. I have been working on a new online course about walking in His Word, walking in the Word. And so it is a really big project, but I have been loving creating it. So be sure you're on the email newsletter list because I'll announce it there first. And you can sign up to join there once I do that. But again, it's such a big project that I like keep kind of putting it off. But I'm really excited about it, and I think you will too. So stay tuned for that new online course I've been working on. The last thing I wanted to share with you today is on not as much the business side, it's more a personal thing, but I love being able to use Creative Faith & Co., this beautiful community and platform the Lord has given me to share about really important things. And my sister-in-law in the Dominican Republic, she is a doctor, and she started this ministry in a poor community there, and it is a pediatric ministry. And I have shared a YouTube video about that, and I'll link that video down below. And then I also last summer did a Bible study video with my sister-in-law when they came to visit us, and it was so much fun. So I'll have that video linked down below too, so you guys can get to know her a little bit. Her name is Millie, and they are doing a back to school drive. And so there is an Amazon wish list that you can check out, and it will send the supplies on the list to Tennessee. And then a church in Tennessee is going to pack them up into these big drums and send them to the Dominican Republic so that Millie and the team there can do an outreach in July. So school starts in August, so outreach is going to be in July, and I wanted to invite you to participate. I've been texting the Amazon link to some people in my small group and in my church family here in Oregon, but I thought how cool if the Creative Faith community also jumped in and supported and purchased. So on the Amazon list, it has all of the different items, and you can actually sort it by priority. So there's certain items on the list that are marked as high priority. So those are the more important items. And then when you go to checkout, it has it doesn't have the address listed out, but it has the address of the city in Tennessee where the items will be shipped to. So it's a really easy way for you to participate in spreading the gospel in the Dominican Republic. It is such a cool project. I should do a follow-up video with Millie and talk more about what God's been doing there, because they have been doing a church service on Saturday nights, a church service Bible study time. Millie's husband, my husband's brother, Edwin, is the pastor at the church there, and he's been going to the pediatric ministry to preach and share God's word. And my mother-in-law has been doing the coffee service there, and Juan's sister also helps out with the ministry. So it is just such a cool family affair of, again, spreading the gospel to the ends of the earth. That is what we're called to do as believers. And I heard this quote that says you're either going, sending, or disobeying. So I thought that was a really powerful quote. And this is a really easy way, again, to send supplies and prayers and love to this ministry that is really doing amazing things in a community that needs Jesus. So I wanted to invite you to participate in that. And again, I'll have the Amazon store or the Amazon wish list linked in the description box below. They're going to be collecting supplies from now until early May. So not a ton of time because the supplies have to get to Tennessee, and then Tennessee has to pack them all up, and then they have to make it to the DR, which is quite the process. So I wanted to be sure to share that with you and invite you to A, pray for this project, and B, if you can give to donate some supplies and things that they need for this amazing outreach that they're going to be doing for back to school. So, all right, that is all the things on my list. And so I hope this video gave you a little peek at some of the behind the scenes of what God's been doing. And yeah, just a season of transformation and pruning, and most of all, though, like diving deep into God's word. And I think that is just so powerful. My husband and I have been working on like being strong spiritually, physically, and mentally. And so that we've been going on walks and working out, but also like being strong spiritually because we live in such a dark world and we're called though to be lights and shine for him. And so how we get strong spiritually is by spending time with the Lord in his word. And so I hope this video encourages you to do that. So again, quick little recap. Retirement sale, 45 printables will be disappearing from the Creative Faith Etsy shop. Very wild. So definitely check that out. The link is down below. Creative Faith 10th anniversary. If you have any party ideas, let me know. Be sure to sign up for Creative Faith emails. And I have lots of fun things planned for my email newsletters. Stay tuned for a physical kit and devotion book that I'm working on, and please help pray for that project. Stay tuned for an online course about walking in God's Word that I'm working on. And then the pediatric ministry in the Dominican Republic. If you feel led to give, definitely check that out. So thank you for being here. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and the bell notification so you don't miss out on any upcoming Creative Faith videos. I am hoping while I have my phone out to film a few more for the next week or so. So anyways, thank you for being here. I am, again, so happy that you're here, that you're watching this video, and I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. Bye, friend.